This is the first time in 33 years that we have conducted the education seminar in Newark. We had a unique set of circumstances. We took the economy seminar down to Camden, right? We went to Camden because of the unique opportunities of being able, frankly, to reassess Camden and not see all of the ills and catalog the ills, but to say, wait, Camden is on the move. We talked to several companies who have directly benefited from the Economic Development Authority tax credits, and they took advantage of those tax credits to make amazing investments in a very, very depressed town. We had a chance to bring the conversation to Newark, and as I said yesterday about education, Newark is a microcosm of everything that is going on in public education. Largest district in the state, so of course you want to pay attention to it. State takeover district, now back to local rule in increments over a number of years. We met with Roger Leone, the locally elected superintendent, the first. We also met with Ben Cope, the chief external officer of KIPP, and several of us were taken by the fact that getting the superintendent and the external affairs officer of the major charter school on a same panel in front of a group like this is one mean task. And then you saw them meeting somewhat in the middle, with the superintendent saying something that, while true, almost no superintendent is going to tell you, which is charter schools are an integral part of our public education system here in Newark. They are, in fact, public schools. We also heard a panel to look at lessons from Newark's reform, and we had a number of responses from the class on that too. I heard a group of people, long-term education professionals in Newark, who are kind of stuck in a system. No, I heard a group of professionals who've been through a tremendous amount of trauma because of the politics around it, who stayed the course and stand for reform. And then, of course, we had this unique opportunity to visit Eastside High School, one of the highest performing high schools in Newark. 2,100 kids. These are not small. Someone picked up on the fact 25 varsity sports. You know, this is a major corporation, millions of dollars spent on education. Then today, we backed up from the Newark microcosm to kind of ask those questions. What's an educated workforce? What's the history of education policy? And it's always stunning to audiences. I've been through these presentations enough to know that there was no federal education policy till 1965, right? It didn't even devolve to states. That's almost sounding like it's a plan. It's literally states kind of started doing this work in the 1840s, right? And as Claudine points out, of course, with young men taking on the responsibilities and roles of the landed gentry in essence, and then transitioning to the captains of industry, of the industrial age, right? And as more men enter the workforce for the industrial expansion, education. Well, that's really an extension of the home anyways. That's sort of a woman's job. Another thing we grappled with over these 2 days is change and continuity. Systems that are stuck and almost immobile to change versus dynamic pockets of individuals coming together and doing something outside the box. And then that age-old question, can you take a couple of examples of excellence and then change systems thereby? Or are those the exceptions that prove the rule, right? Just some of the takeaways we'll work on.